We will now proceed to invite the candidates. Please listen carefully. We are inviting the candidates in the order of nomination. We are not following any particular order except in the order in which they were nominated. Tugenda kuita ba candidates nga tugoberera engeri jeba sunsulwa. I hope that's the right word. Great. Engeri jeba sunsulwa. So I will invite one and my colleague will invite another. And then please, when we invite you, please take up a seat up there. It's free seating. And after all of you are done, we will join you and pose the first question of the debate. Let me begin and invite Mr. Magala Umar. Please come to the stage.
The second one is Mr. Mulumba Matthias.
The third candidate is Mr. Nsereko Moses.
The fourth candidate is Mr. Kachika Frederick.
Silence, please. Silence, please. The fifth candidate is Dr. Charles Rubagumia.
And the sixth candidate is Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
The seventh candidate is Council Luimbazi Elias Nalukola.
The eighth, Nsabatuka Kanemuko. The eighth candidate is Mr. Selvunkuma Salim.
The ninth candidate is Mr. Luwemba Luswa Muhammad.
And the last candidate is Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa.
Thank you very much. Silence, please. Let's listen. At this stage of the debate, please listen. At this stage of the debate, we are going to ask our candidates to introduce themselves and tell us their main We are going to ask our candidates to introduce themselves and tell us their main agenda as MP Kawempe North, what it is they are going to do in 2 minutes. 2 minutes exactly. And we will start in the same order. Mr. Magala Umar, please introduce yourself and tell us about your agenda summary. Mr. Magala. Mr. Magala, the mic is yours. 2 minutes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Magala Uma. I am a teacher by profession. I am a resident of Kawempe Mbogo. Like I said, I'm a teacher by profession. I hold a bachelor's degree in education from Makerere University. I am a member of the National Unity Platform, card number 1939. I think that will do for the introduction first. Magala Umar has this on agenda. Top on the agenda is fighting for the fundamental freedoms of rights of man and citizen. Secondly, on our agenda is to demand for accountability from the military regime that has ruled our country for the last 40 years. You know very well that the health sector is sick. We are going to put them on test. We want to use this opportunity to express ourselves in form of a protest vote in the year 2025 in Kawempe Division North. The other issue is empowering our people, the common people, the ghetto people of Kawempe. 10 seconds. Yeah, empowering our people. How do we empower our people? Just getting the little pay, getting part of the little pay we have, and at least giving our people some startup capital, especially the mothers, especially the marginalized groups.
Your time is up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
People power.
Mr. Mulumba Matthias, you're going to be next.
Thank you, Madam. My name is Mulumba Matthias. Outside there, Chikumicha Dola. I am the chairman, LC1, the only chairman in this by-election coming. And I'm going to represent Uganda in that manner, because I'm going to represent the chairman in the whole of the country. I'm a Mutongole of Sabasajja in my zone, Kawempe Corner zone, in Kazo, Angola, where I'm a resident. I'm a member of the National Unity Platform, holding number 03004096. Being a chairman of LC1 is not a joking subject other people might think, because it has helped me to interact with the different people. So in that way, since I'm given little time, I would like you, Madam, to give you my document where I have summarized most of the things which I cannot do here. Handle it. So, I have summarized my program in only 5 letters, JHATE, where J stands for job creation. Because where I'm residing, people are lacking jobs and people are very poor. H stands for healthy. Because I'm staying in a ghetto area, there's a lot of disease which come through that kind of situation where we live. So I'm going to make sure that drugs in hospitals are there,
Mr. Mulumba.
and expired drugs should not be there. Then also accountability.
Mr. Mulumba, you might want to read them as bullet points.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've been finding a problem in my area and in Kawempe division, actually the headquarters of Kawempe division, where councillors are fighting with mayors. I'm going to make sure that that kind of division is erased.
Thank you very much.
My friend, I'm sorry, Mr. Moderator.
10 seconds.
Term limits is top on my agenda.
Okay.
I'm really disturbed that Uganda, among the East African countries, is the only country which doesn't have term limits. We have to remove the dictatorship of this President Museveni by restoring term limits in our constitution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The next candidate to introduce themselves is Mr. Nsereko Moses.
Hello? Thank you, sir. I'm going to be very brief. The first one is about health sector. I'm going to construct one health center, and also I donate one ambulance for my people. Another one, another about education. I've already introduced about education. I've already introduced Nsereko Moses bursaries for the orphans. Even the orphans of the late Honorable Sejirinya, you bring them, I'm going to educate them. Then another one is about job creation. I've already introduced Nsereko Moses Boxi Mundawa, President Kyagulanyi Ndaba, ngenda kolera bantu bange. Thank you, sir. Let me be brief. Because of time, let me stop from there. Thank you, sir.
Doctor.
So we are going to the next candidate. And the next candidate is Mr. Kachika Frederick.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Banange tusaba mweko ku audience. Give him.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Frederick Kachika. I stay at Chevando. I'm the one of the mobilizer in NUP in my electoral area. Chevando Parish. So moderator, first and foremost, if I elected as a member of parliament, I will begin with build a hospital in my constituency. Well, the problem we have one hospital, one health center, one hospital in Kawempe. Many people suffocating. So, before I elected as a member of parliament, I will start with that. The second one, I provide the mother, the kid, every pregnant mother, and not only that, I will add 200,000. Thank you, madam. Thank you, chair.
Thank you. Let's be silent, please. Let's hear from, please, let's observe some silence. Let's hear from Dr. Charles Rubagumya. Dr. Charles Rubagumya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. First and foremost, I would like to recognize my president. I mean His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. I know that we won, but we were cheated. First, it is my pleasure to introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. Charles Rubagumya. I have doctorate in organizational leadership and administration. And I work with Apostolic Impact Christian University. We are located in Mukono as academic registrar. About my manifesto, ladies and gentlemen, I have not come here to excite the people of Kawempe North Constituency. that I will give them earth and heaven. Because I know that all resources are in the hands of a dictator. I know that all powers are in the hands of a dictator. So, the only thing which I can promise to the people of Kawempe North Constituency is to join my president, I mean His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, that's Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, to join the struggle of removing the dictatorial regime of President Museveni. And I want to prove to you that dictatorial regime can be removed. It has ever been practiced in France. You know French Revolution of 1789 to 1794. The people protested the autocratic regime of King Louis XVI.
Your time is spent.
Of King Louis XVI, and they removed him. Ladies and gentlemen, we can remove this dictatorial regime using the power of the people.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The next is Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Thank you. I was the simple getter youth with desires and fantasies, hopes and wishes to ride in Benzes, Erasapoa, like I want to be like a superstar. In that, the ghetto, everyone is a superstar. And I'm glad to be here. I'm by the names of Senkungu Kenneth, Bachelor of Science, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Makerere University, a postgraduate in Construction Project Management, still from Makerere University. I've been a seasoned electrical engineer with over 15 years of experience in trying to distribute electricity all over Uganda. I've left the comforts of the offices, the cups of coffee, the buffets, the pizzas, and decided to come and serve the people of Kawempe North. I'm glad to be here that I'm a registered member of the National Unity Platform. I'm glad to have my president as His Excellency Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu, and I'm here to stay. I want to thank NUP as our party for giving us this opportunity to come and discuss what we're able to do for the people of Kawempe North. Among the core duties of the Member of Parliament, like legislation, oversight, representation, budget approval, I, as Engineer Senkungu Kenneth, I'm going to try to make sure that everybody in Kawempe North, you are connected to the national grid. I'm bringing my expertise that you'll get your materials, I'll get you the wire man and also the certificate. Everybody should have electricity. Tugenda gobenzikiza mu Kawempe North. Buli omu ogenda funa amasanyalaze. 2. Abantu bakala kulana nnyo.
Your time, engineer, is up. You conclude 10
Just
seconds.
a moment. I'm going to be able to give mama kits to every pregnant woman in Kawempe, and also a 6-kilogram gas cylinder to every member, to every household in Kawempe North. I'm here to stay. NUP everywhere, people power. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Doctor?
Next, it's going to be Councillor Yimbazi Elias Nalukola.
I thank you, Mr. President, and your formidable team of leaders. Dear my fellow contenders, I thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you. My name is Luyimbazi Elias Nalukola. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda and all courts of judicature. When I assume the seat of a member of parliament, I will tell you the obvious first. The constitutional commandment under Article 79 provides to the effect that a member of parliament is supposed to legislate. I will legislate, ladies and gentlemen. I will supervise activities of the central government in my constituency. I will further my activities of fighting for justice and human rights. I will inspire the youth. I'm aware that the youth in Kawempe North constituency are the majority, but many of them are not only unemployed but unemployable. We have to identify their talents and nurture them. We have already embarked on that. I believe I will be able to fight and call upon all the younger people to join the struggle for good governance. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Serunkuma Salim.
Here.
Thank you, moderator. Mr. President, entire cabinet,
Let's listen to him, please.
our electoral committee, all members of National Unity Platform. My name's Serunkuma Salim, Mafumafu, son of Kawempe North. I'm a businessman in Chikubo. I'm on a cabinet, Chikubo business community, as a financial advisor. I seek mandate, Mr. President, to represent my constituents as a member of parliament. Mr. President, I promise you, this by-election is going to turn as a roadway to end Museveni's regime. And I promise you, I always follow the core value of National Unity Platform. And again, I promise you, and the people of Kawempe and Uganda in general, I'm going to advocate for the people all the time. Thank you. I'm called Mr. Serunkuma Salim, Kawempe North. I always be obedient to National Unity Platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Judith?
Next is Mr. Luemba Luswa Muhammad.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President's present, and all protocol observed for the interest of time. Mr. President, I want to thank you for coming up with this organization for the first ever debate organized by the young political party. It's such an inspiration. Your Excellency and members of the National Unity Platform, my name is Luemba Luswa Muhammad, former political assistant to the late Honorable Muhammad Segirinya. Your Excellency, it will be quite unfair if we proceed without getting a moment of silence to praise this man, Honorable Muhammad Segirinya, for whatever he did for this political party. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me borrow from my little time. I have been given little time, but let's observe a moment of silence to pay respect in this great man, Honorable Segirinya. Today we are here today because of this great man. I've seen my brother here saying he's going to donate Segi box, he's going to do what? Because of the Honorable Muhammad Segirinya. Your Excellency, please join me and we observe a moment of silence to pay respect in the Honorable Muhammad Segirinya. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You can take your seats. Your Excellency, I want to put this very clear. I am a member of National Unity Platform. I don't belong to DA, I don't belong to NRM, I am a member of National Unity Platform.
Your time is...
Your Excellency, as I conclude, Your Excellency, I am going in Parliament not to speak good English. I am going in Parliament to act. What the people of Kawempe North need is service delivery. I am going to continue with those projects, the Segi box, the ambulances, and also to empower the young people through our different projects. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
Lastly, we have Mr. Kulia Saul Ziwa.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Robert Chagulanyi Sentam, and the whole team, members of the EMC, all NUP members. I greet you in the name of the God. I'm here for the cause well known to all of us, of securing our country away from dictators. And to achieve this, when entrusted, I'm to stick on the core values of NUP. I will advocate for them on the floor of Parliament and outside the floor of Parliament. I will advocate for justice. I will advocate for unity. I will advocate for social justice. I will advocate for integrity. I will advocate for inclusivity. I will advocate for human rights. I will advocate for accountability. I will advocate for democracy. And I will be an exemplary leader. And I'm ready to sacrifice myself for the need be for the cause of for the cause of removing a dictator in this country, Uganda.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. That marks the end of the introductions. Let's listen, please. That marks the end of the introductions. I am going to pause the first question. So please listen to the first question so that you can also evaluate the answers they give. The question number 1, candidates, is, in your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North? In your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North? Mr. Magala Umar. And you have 1 minute.
Thank you very much. The greatest challenge that facing Kawempe North is a lack of health infrastructure.
Okay. Thank you very much. I wish all candidates can emulate him because it's a straightforward question. We have a couple of questions to go through. So if all of you can emulate him, please, that would be great. Mr. Mulumba Matthias, same question. In your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North?
The greatest challenge in my area, being the chairman of LC1 of noticed, is poverty. People are very poor. That's why I even came up with the name of Chikumi cha Dollar, that people should have at least an emergency fee of $100. So when you have money, you can solve every problem. So poverty is the issue in my area.
Thank you, Mr. Nsereko Moses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What, in your view, is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North?
There are so many, sir. The first one is poor drainage, Emiala. Poor drainage, Emiala. Then the second one, poverty. Poverty, Mr. President, poverty. That's why I came up with this idea. Nsereko Moses saving boxy.
Thank you.
Bana Kawempe, muli kuchitufu.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kachika Frederick.
Thank you, sir.
Let's listen.
The problem we have in Kawempe, in my constituency, since the President Museveni got to power, Kawempe North, we have a problem of education. We have only we don't have any secondary school in Kawempe North. That's a big problem facing the Kawempe North.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, same question. Let's listen to Dr. Charles Rubagumya.
The greatest development challenge in Kawempe, first of all, Kawempe is a ghetto area full of people who are low income earners. Our youth don't have what to do. They are jobless. Our women are not empowered. And generally speaking, even the respect for human rights by the regime is also a problem to the people of Kawempe.
Thank you very much. Let's have Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Thank you so much. What I feel the greatest development challenge you have had in Kawempe North. Kawempe North has many factories, industries, and also different households. But one of the key problems industries or factories are facing, the high tariffs in terms of electricity. That's why you find that the costs of production are high, and you find that at the end of the day, the goods they manufacture are also high. But if we try to reduce on the electricity tariffs, and also we can make sure that they are able to produce goods at a much cheaper cost.
Thank you very much. To your left, two people, Council Luimbazi, Elias Nalukola.
In Kawempe North constituency, we have a challenge of insufficient or inadequate planning for our resources, including human and other resources. We don't plan. Even those projects you see there, a good number of them are put in place before planning. We need sufficient planning.
Planning, thank you. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. Serunkuma Salim. Let's listen, please.
The greatest challenges in Kawempe. Being Kawempe being a ghetto area.
Let's listen to the candidate. Please.
Kawempe being a ghetto area, there is insecurity, there is unemployment, and there is a health crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Luwemba Luswa Mohammed.
Thank you so much. The health sector is very poor, and the issue of unemployment, especially the young generation, the youth. So that's all.
Thank you very much. And finally, but by no means the least, Mr. Kulia Saulo Zewa.
Yes. In Kawempe we have many problems, but I can identify some, like garbage collections in Kawempe, unemployment, poor drainages, poverty among our youth, and other people, poor LSA facilities, and we don't have like a USE secondary schools in Kawempe. We only have private secondary schools, so we can work on those ones.
Thank you.
To get a better Kawempe.
Dr. Judith Nalukwago will ask the next question. Thank you.
So we are going to go on our question number 2, and we are going to start in the order like we started. So, Mr. Magala, what is your understanding of the role of an MP?
Thank you very much. The question is very clear. The understanding of the role of an MP is already stipulated in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. An MP does oversight role. An MP does represent his constituents. An MP does representation of the people. And an MP as well does appropriation of the budget. Thank you very much. So those are the cardinal roles of an MP.
Mr. Mulumba Matthias, your colleague has talked about those roles. What is your understanding of appropriations?
That is a process where the MP looks at how the people of that area, how they can benefit from the government, from the service delivery, that they should be given properly to those areas where he represents.
Okay, thank you very much. The same question applies to Mr. Nsereko Moses. What is your understanding of appropriations? Mr. Nsereko Moses.
I beg your pardon, sir.
What is your understanding of appropriations? Your colleague said there are 4 functions: legislation, oversight, appropriation, and representation. What is appropriations?
What I can say, the role of an MP, Parliament, the role of an MP to pass laws that govern the country. MPs make laws that govern this country. Also to represent your people, the one who have voted for you. That is it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Frederick. Mr. Frederick.
Yes, madam.
On the role of oversight,
yes,
we've had precedents of members of parliament who have been given the role of oversight. I'm sure you know them. And they have not performed to accordance to what we expect of them. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in the role of oversight?
Thank you, madam. One of the role of parliament oversighted. So what the madam asked me, Kachika, what are you going to do? Because we see many members of parliament not working, not do their own, not do their jobs. But Kachika, you will make sure that I work tirelessly to see people get delivered, get well representative.
Please, let's listen. Let's listen to the candidates.
Dr. Charles Rubagumya. I think I posed the same question to you. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, the same question to you.
Oversight function.
Okay, I am going to repeat it. I said we have seen in the current parliament, we entrusted some of our leaders with a role of oversight, and they have not performed to our expectations. In fact, they haven't performed at all. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in as far as oversight is concerned?
I told you that you cannot give what you don't have. You give what you have. My main goal is to join the struggle of removing the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, because all those functions you are talking about, oversight role, allocation of resources, all programs, these people they are presenting, who is going to give them the budget? Can a dictator give them a budget? Who is going to give them the power to implement all those good projects? The main role, the main solution is to uproot the dictatorial regime of President Museveni. Then afterwards, that's when we shall get into our promised land. That's when all those health issues will be fixed. That's when all education issues will be fixed. That's all those programs which are supposed to be supervised by the MPs will be implemented. But you cannot do all those programs, all wonderful programs, under a dictatorial regime.
Thank you
so
very
the
much.
main role is to remove the dictatorial regime.
Thank you.
And then we get into our promised land, which we always sing about.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Yes, please.
The question we would like you to answer. Name any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament. Any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament.
The 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament. 1 is to oversee the House, because they are the ones who are the chairpersons of all the sessions or all the sittings of the House. 2, approvals of the national budget. And also 3, trying to make sure that through the Parliamentary Commission to try to know the privileges and also the allocations for all the different persons in this country.
Thank you very much. The same question applies to you, Councillor Imbazi. However, we would like you to explain more on the Speaker's role when it comes to the Parliamentary Commission. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The Speaker, people power, our power, Ra. Speaker is the chairperson of the Parliamentary Commission. The Parliamentary Commission is the body which does the administrative role of Parliament, including but not limited to proposing the remunerations and determining administrative questions and issues which arise in day-to-day running of Parliament. If you allow me the latitude.
Thank you, Council. I appreciate that. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. I will have Dr. Judith Nalukwago pose the next question.
Mr. Serunkuma, like we said,
let's listen to the question, please.
The roles of members of parliament include representation. The number of youth in Uganda is between 78 to 80%. And that means your constituency of Kawempe North is mainly youth. How are you going to represent those young people with so many problems that they have? How are you going to represent them in parliament?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The majority of the population in Uganda, all of us we know, are the youth. But I'm assured they are not well represented in Parliament, yet there are people who are supposed to represent the youth in Parliament. So I always advocate for the youth, such that they can be skilled, they can be employed, passing bills that they can be given cheap loans, soft loans, such that they can operate small business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. the last two candidates will tell us one law. For this section, the last two candidates are supposed to tell us one law. If they had 1 minute in Parliament, which law would they propose and table in the Parliament of Uganda? That is, starting with Mr. Luemba Luswa Mohammed. One law that you would pass in Parliament, that you would propose.
Thank you so much, moderator. People power, our power. Moderator, it's the age limit, because General Museveni for over 40 years is in power because of the age limit. So I want to be very clear when I enter Parliament. I want to fight hard, fight tiresomely, like my brother, the Honorable Segirinya, to make sure that the age limit is being passed.
Thank you. The same question for Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa.
When I go to Parliament, I will propose that we get a commission to look after the elections, to get independent electoral commission, so that the president is not the one to choose those people on electoral commission.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear audience, we have completed questions about Parliament. We're now going to go to a question that will be posed by my colleague, Dr. Judith Nalukwago, about National Unity Platform. The question is about the National Unity Platform. Dr. Nalukwago.
I'm going to start from the previous speaker, Mr. Kuliasao. So you're going to tell us, just mention one value of National Unity Platform, then you expound on it, how you as a member of Parliament, you're going to carry on these values of National Unity Platform.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. Me, I will stick on justice, because everyone here needs justice. It is from the God, me Kulia Saulo Ziwa, to be a Ugandan. It is not from anyone else. So that I will be advocating for justice, because we need justice. As things are going on in Uganda, it seems we are not equal at all. I will put my emphasis on justice, so that we can help our country and we liberate all Ugandans. As you know, our grandfathers and mothers fought so that we get independence. They thought that all Ugandans will be independent. But after getting the independence, it seems we are not independent. So it is us to fight for our independence in Uganda.
On the next, I'll go with Mr. Luemba. I will pose the same question to you.
One value.
Mr. President, moderator, discipline is one of the core values of National Unity Platform. And today, we are being disrespected by the so-called regime propagandists that are being planted in the National Unity Platform. I will emphasize discipline once I enter Parliament. Corruption, I will fight tiresomely, Mr. President, to fight corruption, because corruption, it has been a key factor in disuniting National Unity Platform. Thank you.
Mr. Serunkuma Salim. One value. Same question.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I am the moderator. I'm not the president.
Yeah.
President is.
Thank you, moderator. I will always emphasize the point of liability. In National Unity Platform, all of us, we are aware of that. Reliable is the main problem that we have here. Mr. Problem, we have been with people here. We have sent them to different locations.
Let's give him a chance. Let's
to
listen
represent
to
people.
him.
But they have already disappointed us. I will always be reliable to the people of National Unity Platform and Uganda in general. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Luimbazi Elias Nalukwago, one value and how you will espouse it in Parliament.
Integrity. Integrity. It begins with you as a person. You discipline yourself. You restrain yourself from taking what is not yours, what you are not entitled to. In that regard, I will restrain myself. I will make sure that I promote integrity, not only among the members of National Unity Platform, but also my fellow members of Parliament, because it is unconstitutional, it is illegal for one to do that which is contrary to integrity. We must practice good integrity even when we are not being watched. I thank you.
Mr. Engineer Serenkuma Kenneth, I'm going to give you a value that you're going to talk about. Let's be quiet.
Colleagues, let's be quiet, please.
Mr. Serenkuma is going to speak about patriotism as one of the values of NUP. So him as a member of Parliament under the ticket of NUP, how is he going to advance our core value of patriotism among the people of Uganda and also carry it on as a value of National Unity Platform?
Thank you so much, moderator. But to my dismay, patriotism is not part of our core values. But still, I can be able to speak about it because when you look at the core values, there are basically 6. And among them, patriotism is not there. But still, patriotism is the love, the determination, the courage to speak up, to serve your country by respecting the Constitution, by abiding by rules and regulations, by electing able leaders, by being able to serve as part of the mandate of the people. So, being patriotic, you must be able to exhibit it in where you stay, being disciplined, being able to engage in whatever you're supposed to in elective politics, engaging in decision making. You must be there for your country. But still, just part of this, I want to tell you that another core value of the National Unity Platform is fidelity. You get it? Because the question you posed, I'm trying to really put across that fidelity is one of the core values whereby we express the faithfulness to a person, cause or belief demonstrated by continued loyalty. So here, I promise my president that I'll be loyal to the party, loyal to you, and loyal to everyone who supports the National Unity Platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, maybe point of correction is in the new constitution, we don't have fidelity, we have patriotism. So, but at least both of them are related. So that is very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor, please listen to this question. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, you are a member of Parliament for Kawempe North. We have a bill in Parliament to extend the term of office of the ruling regime. And they need 1 vote for it to pass. Someone approaches you and says, I'm going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North for your people. Please vote for this bad proposal. What will you do?
Good question. But what I would like to inform the general public that our party is a party for change and is a party which cannot be compromised. And one of the values of our party is integrity and honesty. As a person who believes in integrity and honesty, I cannot betray the people of Kawempe North Constituency. I cannot betray my party.
So you will reject the money for the hospital?
Yes, I will reject.
And vote against the bad law?
Because building a hospital cannot bring up a change which we want. What we want is to remove the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, such that we can able to get our budget and use it the way we want as NUP.
Thank you very much. The same question goes to Kachika Frederick. Kachika, should I repeat the question?
Yes, sir.
The question is, there is a bad law being proposed in Parliament. The ruling regime needs one vote to pass it. And they approach you and say, we're going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North, but we want you to vote for the bad law. What will you do?
Thank you.
1 minute.
Thank you. First and foremost, I, Kachika, I fully exhausted corruption and embezzlement. Nobody can give me that money, and I agree with him. So I'm concluding saying that I reject it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nsereko Moses, the same question.
Yes, sir.
Same question.
Yes, I cannot allow, sir. I cannot allow. Even I can box the speaker on that issue. I can just box it. I cannot allow. I cannot allow. We are here for the power of the people, not the money. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Chakula yiseta Mungu matira.
Thank you.
My president mkwagala musajja gwe.
Dr. Nalukwago will pose the next question. Please, let's be silent.
Mr. Mulumba. Mr. Mulumba, you said you're the chairman LC1, right? Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience. Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience.
Silence, please.
Mr. Mulumba said he's the LC1 chairman in a certain village in Kawempe North. And in that same Kawempe North is where we find the National Referral Hospital. That is the women's hospital.
It's true.
So we have a value of service in NUP.
Yes.
You are conflicted in a situation where there are no gloves in the hospital.
Yes.
You people have told you there are no gloves, but these same people need to be worked on. And the doctors are telling them you have to first go buy your gloves outside the hospital, then you come to work on you. What are you going to do as a member of parliament? Are you going to arrest the doctors? Are you going to buy gloves for your constituents? What are you going to do as a leader in terms of service?
Of course, the doctor is not the problem for the availability of those gloves. I know the Minister of Health, which is supposed to be in the position to serve all equipments of health services in that hospital. And for that matter, I'll bring the press. I'll go first to the Minister of Health, see the Minister of Health before going to the Parliament. So I go to him and I ask him,
I'm sorry for
why
interrupting you. It's an emergency. The patient, it's an emergency. It's quick. We need to work
with
on the
that
patient.
quick one, of course, as a member of Parliament, I have to improvise means so that that patient doesn't die. And then later on, I got the ministry to address the matter. And if it refuses, then I got the Parliament, the podium, to say the problem in my area. Thank you.
Mr. Magaya, you're the last candidate to speak about this. I'm going to ask you again on the value of patriotism. How are you going to advance it? Because that is a value of your party. How are you going to advance it among the people of your constituency, but also among the people of Uganda? Because you're going to not only represent your constituency, you're an MP who is going to make laws that affect the general population of Uganda.
Thank you very much. Patriotism goes hand in hand with fidelity. As a member of parliament, I would really implore my constituents, my fellow comrades, to love their country. And how do you love your country? By doing things that are within the law, by promoting what is right and then disdain what is wrong. That's how I would do as a member of parliament. And actually, as a leader in my area and as an emblem of NUP in my area, I have been preaching that. I've been preaching patriotism. I have been preaching fidelity to the party and love for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next question is tricky, and we want to be fair. So how it's going to be answered is by a symbol. Every candidate will come here and do this, or that, and make sure that their friends don't see the answer. Our judges are the ones to see the answer. Because if they speak, some people are expected to know the answer. We want to be fair so that people do not know the answer. This is the question. Which chapter of the 1995 Constitution, in which chapter of the 1995 Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms located? You come to the front. If it is found in chapter 1, if it is found so you come here and show us, the judges will record the answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? So let's start from here. Which chapter of the Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms? Done? Next. The next question will be posed by Dr. Nalukwago.
I'm going to start with Mr. Nsereko Moses. Let me take this as a follow-up question from the previous question. You've seen what has been happening with the Supreme Court, where there was a judgment on the release of political prisoners. You know, most of these political prisoners are actually NUP supporters, and many of them are from your constituency, Kawempe North. You as a member of parliament, what are you going to do? One, to make sure those political prisoners are released, because they have failed to release them even with a judgment. Two, moving forward, what are you going to do to make sure such cases are not taken to the military court? Remember, the person you're replacing was also a political prisoner.
Hello? I beg your pardon, madam.
You've had the judgment from the Supreme Court.
I've not heard it.
So if you've not heard it, it's okay. Let me change the question. I will pose that question to the next person.
Thank you, madam.
Yes. What is the great... Anyway, let me ask it in a different way. There has been that judgment. X that you don't know.
I have not heard about it.
Yes. But at the same time, we have NUP and other political prisoners. There is Dr. Besigye, we have here Bobby Young and others who are in prison. Even the person seated next to you has been in prison for 1.5 years. The person you are replacing as member of parliament was a political prisoner for 2.5 years. What are you going to do? One, to stop Ugandans from being taken to military court. Two, is the ones who are in prison. What are you going to do about it? Because there was a ruling, a judgment, struck a judgment to release them, but they're not released up to now. What are you going to do about it?
I will take government to court such that I can take government to court such that we can talk about that thing, so that our prisoners are released. I will take government to court. That is the answer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The same question applies to Mr. Kachika. What will you do about political prisoners?
The problem we have, this regime, since Museveni got power in 1996, he has done many things to our people, has killed our people, he has beaten our people. Many people have suffered. So as Kachika, as being elected as a member of parliament, I can pass a law that favor the political prison. No, not a political prisoner. The political party. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the same question, Dr. Charles Rubagumya. What will you do about political prisoners? Dear members of the audience, we have 2 more questions and we will be done with the English version. So please bear with us. We're bringing this to a close shortly. Same question.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, we don't have the, we don't have the problem of political prisoners only. There are so many problems about violation of human rights. Our innocent Ugandans have been abducted. Innocent Ugandans have been disappeared and you cannot even trace their bodies. Some Ugandans are kidnapped day and night. So the only solution we can do for such a problem, I told you, is to join the struggle of removing the dictator. That's the only solution. And actually, as a part of the change, I have to go on that line of removing the dictator.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth, which committee of parliament would be the best to deal with the issue of political prisoners?
The issue of political prisoners, you find that we have the Committee of Internal Affairs. We need to tell them to try, because you find that most of the political prisoners are under prisons. Prisons is still holding them, yet already we have basically there are about 2 committees, the Committee on National Law and Guidance and also the Internal Affairs Committee, because they need to be removed from prison, but there are some few procedures which are supposed to be done. But we should not relent. We should continue pursuing on all channels which we can be able to do so that they get out of prisons.
Thank you. Councillor Luimbazi, which committee is responsible for human rights in Parliament?
The Committee on Human Rights. It's Human Rights Committee.
Thank you. I'll give the mic to my colleague to pose the next question to Mr. Serunkuma Salim, Mr. Luemba, and Mr. Kulia.
Mr. Salim, do you believe in one of what your colleague said about that our major problem is removing the dictator? All these things don't matter, but removing the dictator? Do you believe? First a yes, then I ask a yes or no, then I ask the next question.
Yes, I believe with him.
Okay, so if you believe that that is the most important issue, why are you standing as a member of parliament? Shouldn't you be home trying to remove that dictator?
I stand as a member of parliament because I do believe that a member of parliament has the powers to determine how the dictator can be removed.
Please explain a bit more. How does a member of parliament remove a dictator?
There is a law in parliament that emanates that there is a law in parliament that provides or helps a member of parliament that can decide on how to remove a president of a nation.
Okay. Mr. Yes, please.
Mr. Magala, do you believe the same? Do you believe that our major role is to remove the dictator? We should leave everything else? Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. Our greatest challenge in Uganda is the dictator, and that is General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who should be removed with all possible means available and within the law.
So as a political prisoner,
Yes.
what are you going to do different? Because when you were imprisoned, it was the same case that you were imprisoned. What are you going to do different as a member of parliament in order to remove the dictator?
Yeah. Thank you very much. One, there are two opportunities. The first opportunity is availing itself now. We are headed for war. This is a front we are going to use to show a protest vote. The first opportunity is this protest vote of 2025 in Kawempe Division North. Actually, when we get the opportunity, we shall voice out ourselves hosts. And this goes to Justice Simon Biabakama. Should we play around with the vote of the people of Kawempe? Should we play around with the mandate of the people of Kawempe? We are ready to take him home. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Luemba, do you agree also to the same question, or do you disagree?
I agree.
So what are you going to do as a member of parliament on the same?
As a member of parliament, when elected in office, I want to advocate for the rule of law, because what is tormenting us most is the rule of law. For example, the Supreme Court has just given a ruling, and we want to thank the Honorable Kabaziguruka for challenging the Constitutional Court. So now when I'm in parliament, I will put the Commission of Human Rights accountable, and as a member of parliament, I will make sure that all laws that are being passed in parliament, they are in the favor of Ugandans. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Finally, for now, Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa, same question applies.
Okay, thank you, moderator. When I'm voted an MP of Kawempe, because this government, they are not working on the laws, and we want to remove this government, I will only mobilize my people of Kawempe North to put this government on placer, because we want to remove the dictator. And I will be teaching people on how we can remove a dictator, because it is us who can remove this government. When we are together as Ugandans, we can remove this government, even if it is today.
Thank you.
They can just move away. If we can even move from now and we say enough is enough for Uganda, they can move. I will only mobilize the Ugandans to know their rights so that we can remove the dictator.
Thank you very much. Amongst your fellow candidates, which one do you admire and why? Which candidate amongst your opponents do you admire and why?
None of these candidates.
Thank you.
I admire none.
He also admires none.
Admiring for someone is a sin. Therefore, I cannot admire for someone.
Thank you.
I cannot admire anyone. Maybe my president, Mr. Kyagulanyi, but not these ones. I'm the best candidate for the post of Kawempe North. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Among the candidates seated here, I would, one, admire my brother, Council Elias Luimba Nalukwago, for one, for his espousal of the rule of law and constitutionalism. Thank you very much.
Next.
Thank you very much. The fact...
Let's listen, please. Let's listen, please.
The fact, people power. The fact is, I admire myself because I'm the only one who has been representing the people and who had the issue of term limits to remove the dictator from the reign. So I admire myself, nobody else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I admire Salimu Serunkuma. The man has a ground. The other election he contested as a member of parliament, he was the second. So I admire Salimu Serunkuma.
Thank you.
People power. It's a very challenging question. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me the latitude. We are endowed differently. Mother Teresa says that I can do what you cannot do. You can do what I cannot do. Together we can do great things. All of us here are talented differently. I'm unique. This brother of mine is unique. Everyone here is unique. But we are all endowed differently. You cannot fail to admire something from someone. All of them, I have something to admire from them.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Thank you. Silence, please. Let's observe silence. I think you should stand.
As you know, we have a cause why we are here. The main cause we have is to remove a dictator. That dictator has ruled us for about 40 years. Now it is going to 40 years. He has been ruling us with some other people on the side of opposition. Is why I'm not going to admire anyone. I only trust my heart. And we are here on serious issues of removing a dictator. I am only the one person who can remove this dictator by educating others so that we can be free in Uganda and get our freedom.
People power! People power! Our power! It's a great opportunity to be here. Our president and all the members of the Unity Platform, all my fellow contestants, you're all good people from different walks of life, from different professions, from different backgrounds. We are all here for one cause: serving the people of Kawempe and Uganda at large. I appreciate all their efforts. I appreciate all their charisma. I appreciate everything. But on a lighter note, just one person, I don't know, we were in high school together. He happened to be my head boy. We're at Kawempe Muslim, but now we are here vying for the position of Kawempe North. Councillor Nalukwago. He was my head boy when I was in Kawempe Muslim. You get it? But now we are here. So let the best candidate win. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The final, dear audience, colleagues, the final question for the English session is going to be posed by my co-moderator, Dr. Nalukwago, please.
Let's listen to the final question. And I'm going to start with Councillor Yimbazi Elias. I'm going to be specific. In 1 minute, you're going to tell us the village you stay in, the parish you stay in, and tell us what is the major economic activity of that area. And as a member of parliament, how are you going to help people advance that economic activity in the area so that they get more money out of it?
Thank you very much. The village is Kalule Zone, Kawempe 1 Parish, Kawempe North Constituency, Kawempe Division, Kampala. That Kalule Zone is a largely industrial area, especially along Bombo Road. We have a number of employees, casual laborers there, but they have challenges. As you know, we don't have a minimum wage in Uganda. So, to improve their conditions and their pay is key if we are to help them as leaders. I think.
How are you going to improve the pay, you as a member of parliament?
Advocating for a minimum wage act, which is not yet in force. And the other working conditions.
Next, I'm going to go to Mr. Kuliasao. You're going to tell me how many parishes make up Kawempe North constituency. How many parishes and yeah, basically that.
Thank you, moderator. It is 9 parishes which make up Kawempe North.
Following it up, Mr. Nsereko Moses, could you tell us those parishes that make up Kawempe North constituency?
Thank you, Madam. There are 9 parishes. The first one is Chikaya. Another one is Waisewanu. Another one is Kanyanya. Another one is Mpererwe. and so many others. They are 9. I've answered them. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Mr. Charles, Dr. Charles, I think you can help him finish the parishes.
Let's listen. Dr. Charles is going to finish the parishes.
Okay, I'm going to start with Chewando where I am.
Sorry. Let's listen to the parishes that make up the constituency.
Chewando, Chikaya, Komamboga, Kanyanya, Mpererwe, Kawempe 1, Kawempe 2, Kazangola, Waise 1. I think that's all.
Thank you. Doctor?
I'm going to ask Mr. Serunku Salim. Also, you're going to tell us the parish you come from, the village, and what economic activity do most women in your area get involved in, and how are you going to help these women to advance that economic activity so that they can get more money out of that activity?
Thank you, moderator. I'm coming from Ket Farao zone, Kawempe 1 parish, Kawempe 1 and Kampala district. I'm a resident of Ket Farao. I have been forming different groups, women groups, and I have been supporting them economically. I also have a shopping mall around the place. It has been helping the masses to increase on their welfareness. Thank you.
Mr. Luemba, you can get the microphone. Which parish is the National Referral Hospital? And we have challenges. People there have complained of the fact that there is a lot of sewage coming from the National Referral Hospital. What are you going to do to make sure that hospital in the area that you're going to represent works on its drainage, so that, because that medical waste, when it goes into people, you know the problem of Kawempe is sewage and other things. When people consume that sewage, they can get infected with diseases. So tell us your village, that village and the parish the hospital is in, and how you're going to solve that problem of sewage from the National Referral.
Thank you, moderator. That is Kawempe 1 as a parish, and village is Ket Farao. Moderator, I have been serving as a political assistant in that area, and a matter of issues rising from the hospital, I have been hand in hand with the KCCA because it's in charge of building trenches and reaching out to Ministry of Health for that matter, and it has been handled for quite some time. Thank you.
Please exhaust them.
Mr. Magala, in general, I just want you to give us a general picture, because I know most parishes, people from different parishes, have different economic activities. What is the major economic activity of the people of Kawempe? Especially, I'm interested in the young people, because if you're representing people who are 78% of the population, you should know what they get involved in. What's their major economic activity? And what are you going to do to help them? Because you saw the UBOS report, 1%, only 1% of Ugandans earn more than 1 million. And that means the youth already are at a lower percentage. So what are you going to do in that general problem of Kawempe, and how are you going to uplift the economy of the people of Kawempe?
Thank you very much. Most of our young people are involved in the informal sector and border riders. These our people have now a challenge that the digitalization of the number plates has made them have been forced onto an increment of 750,000 shillings tax. That means that if a boda has been buying 5 million, now it is going to buy up to 6 million. So as I go to Parliament, I go there as a member of the National Unity Platform, who is going to agitate for a fair taxation. And I expect that to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it will not be business as usual. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Kenneth, Engineer Kenneth Senkongo. You're going to tell us one, because as a member of parliament, as a leader, you work with elected members in your constituency. So who's your LC1? You're going to tell us your village, your parish, your LC1 and your LC2. And then tell us, how are you going to work with those people to advance the struggle of the Ugandans?
Still, I'm proud to state to all the members of the National Unity Platform that I was born in Kawempe, I was raised in Kawempe, I studied in Kawempe, and I'm staying in Kawempe Chirokole village. I'm so proud to be somebody who has been part of Kawempe. One thing I always say that I'm ready, willing and ready to work with all the chains of leadership, starting from the president, our LOCs, our chairman. I'm going to work with everybody. As I stated, most of the small businesses in Chirokole are small-scale businesses which need empowerment, which need collective effort, people coming together, they save. We try to get them financial coaches. We try to get them psychologists to try to help them to better themselves. And I'm ready to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The final question for this round, which will conclude the English session, and then we will transition to Luganda, and we will discuss in Luganda for 40 minutes because we have to finish at 2. We'll discuss in Luganda for 40 minutes. So the final question goes to Mr. Kachika to give us his views about the recently released results for education at the PLE level and his comments on that. How did Kawempe North perform, and what does he think about that?
Thank you, sir. Kawempe North, as a division, he performed very, very poorly. Because the problem is, we are the Kawempe North, as Kawempe North, we have a few UPE schools, government schools, and the teachers, they don't pay at all. They earn a little salary. That's why the Kawempe North has performed badly in the exam, in the PLE 2024. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for all the candidates for Kawempe North. Please clap louder. Let's appreciate them. Please stand. Let's appreciate them, please. We will have a 5-minute break for them to take water or stretch their legs, and then we'll resume with Luganda in under 5 minutes. Thank you. Let's appreciate my co-moderator, Dr. Nalukwago. Judith, please. The timekeeper, Sasi Marvin.